Hi and welcome to wrist strengthening exercises, and in between these exercises I'm trying to learn a recipe of boiled plum pudding, and participating in the exercises is at your own risk. So the first exercise, the spotlight. We are standing comfortably and we're having our arm at the side, go to line shoulders, arm at the side, and hand formed to a fist, and we are turning that fist down and again up. All without pain. If you feel pain, then you immediately stop. So we're going slowly as far as we can go with a little pressure, with a little effort, and as soon as we have reached the point which we can reach with a little effort, we're slowly turning around and going into the other direction. Slowly up and down. And this is the last time. We're turning around, going for the last time up. Now we're switching to the other hand. Go to line shoulders, arm comfortable at the side, and we bring the fist down. And again up. We're going slowly as far as we can go with a little effort, and then we are turning slowly around. And around again, going up, and we've reached the point and going slowly back. And that was the last time. So that was the spotlight. Now to the receipt. Boiled plum pudding by Catharine Beecher is a receipt from 1846. 1 pound of currants. So 1 pound of currants do we need. The next exercise, the flashlight. Again, go to line shoulders, arm comfortable at the side. Form the hand to a fist, and we are bringing now the hand to the inside, under the outside, and again to the inside, and we're going to the outside as far as we can go with a little effort, and as soon as we reach the point which we can reach with a little effort, we are slowly turning around again. And one more time. Going to the inside and turning around. So 1 pound of currants, 1 pound of stoned raisins, drenched with flour. The flour, probably pronounced flour. Flour. 1 pound of stoned raisins, drenched with flour. And go to line shoulders and back arm comfortable at the side, and bringing the hand formed to a fist to the inside and not to the outside, and again to the inside as far as we can go with a little effort, and again to the outside. And to the inside as far as we can go, and again to the outside. And now, one more time. And back. So 1 pound currants and 1 pound stoned raisins drenched with flour. Half a pound of beef suet, chopped fine, and a teaspoonful of salt. Half a pound of beef suet, chopped fine, and a teaspoon salt. The next exercise, the magician. Again, go to line shoulders, arm comfortable at the side. Now with the flat hand, turn to the ground, and we are bringing that hand into radial deviation and into the ordinary deviation. So we bring that hand to the inside and to the outside. We're going as far as we can go with a little effort, and then we are turning slowly around. And one last time, side and outside. And now with your hand, go to line shoulders, arm comfortable at the side, and turn to the inside and to the outside. We're going as far as we can go with an effort, and then we are turning around again. And one more time. And that goes the magician. 1 pound currants, 1 pound stoned raisins, dredged with flour, 1 pound chopped beef, chopped fine, with 1 teaspoon salt, 1 pound of beef suet, chopped fine with 1 teaspoon salt, and 1 pound of breadcrumbs. The next exercise, the pancake flipper. Again, go to 9 shoulders, arm comfortable at the side of the palm turned to the floor, and now we're turning the palm up to the sky. And again, back to the sky. Bring the hand into supination, and now into pronation. We're going as far as we can go with a little effort, and when we're turning around, we're going again as far as we can go with a little effort. And this is the last time. Now we're switching again the hands and doing it with your one. Go to 9 shoulders, arm comfortable at the side, flat hand to the floor, and we're turning the flat hand to the sky. And back to the ground. We're going as far as we can go with a little effort, and then we are turning slowly around. And one last time. £1 pound currants, 1 pound stoned raisins, drenched with flour, 1 pound beef suet, chopped fine with 1 teaspoon salt, and 1 pound breadcrumbs. 1/4 of a pound of citron. 1/4 of a pound citron. And the next exercise, it's the T-Rex in the morning. So we're having both our hands out. Now we're bringing both hands down and bring the hands into flexion and into extension. Again, same rules. As far as you can go with a little effort, and then we are turning slowly around and going into the opposing direction. And one last time. And we're going to look what's happening here. 8 eggs. 8 eggs. Now, next exercise, if you don't have a tennis ball, you can do it without. We're taking the tennis ball like this in the hands, so hold it with these 4 fingers. Then we're turning the hand to the ground. Again, go to 9 shoulders. And now we are pressing the tennis ball with moderate force, not too much. We're pressing, and we're releasing again. And we are pressing again. And we release again. And we are pressing for last time. And we release again, and we are switching. And we are pressing. And release again. And we press. And we release again. And the last time, we press. And we release again. So 8 eggs. And then half a pint of milk. And 1 gill of wine or brandy. Half a pint of milk. Half a pint with a 250 milliliter. And 1 gill of wine with a 120 milliliter of brandy. Half pint milk and gill wine or brandy. The next exercise, cautious big bang. We are placing the fingertips of one hand on top of the fingernails of the other hand. And when we are opening that hand, pressing with the fingernails against the resistance of the other hand. And then the other way around. And we are opening. And we are closing again. Opening last time and closing again. No switch. Fingertips on top of the fingernails, and closing again. And one last time. One pint of milk and 1/2 pint of milk and 1 gin of brandy or wine. It's called 1 gill. 1 gill. A heaping coffee cup of sugar. A coffee cup which is heaping the sugar. And a mace and nutmeg to your taste. And mace and nutmeg to our taste. Our next exercise, the quadrangular castle. Both hands with the fists out, returning them to the inside. And up to the sky. And to the outside. And down. And we're doing the same now, the eye. Up. And to the inside. Eaten with a sauce of butter, sugar and wine. It requires 6 or 7 hours to boil and must be turned several times. In both these puddings, cut the whites of the eggs to a stiff froth and put in the last thing. In both these puddings, cut the whites of the eggs to a stiff froth and put in the last thing. The last exercise. We have good aligned shoulders, we are uncomfortable at the side, and we're turning the fist down, and we're pressing against the index finger with moderate force, all here carefully. And for the outside, now from the top against the third metacarpal bone. The metacarpal bone of the third, yes, it's also the third. And from the bottom. Again, against the foot. And now if you are turning the fist down and pressing from the outside. On the inside. This is your inside. And from the top. And from the against the third finger. And that were all the wrist strengthening exercises, and we're just going to do at the end a little relaxation for the extensor digit tone. We're going with the fingers over the middle part of the lower arm for 4 or 5 times with moderate pressure. And on the other side. And now we're trying to remember what we still remember of boiled plum pudding. 1 pound of currants, 1 pound of stoned raisins drenched with flour, and then 1 pound of beef sauce, something like that, chopped and fine chopped, and with 1 teaspoon of salt. And then one pint of milk, 1/2 pint of milk, and 1 gill of brandy or wine, and a heaped coffee cup of sugar. And it needs to boil 7 or 8 hours and to be turned several times. It should be served and eaten with a sauce of butter and something else. And with 1 pound of breadcrumbs and 1/4 pound of citron. And in both these puddings, cut the whites of the eggs to a stiffer froth and put in the last thing. We needed 8 eggs. Yeah, it's more or less a recipe of boiled plum pudding. I don't have time. I think I will not until next time.